Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90 and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss any upload as it comes up. And if you're new to the channel or you've been here for a while, the easiest way for you to move around or to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest in that. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, make sure you consider becoming a member of the channel. So on the subscribe button, you see a join button there. Make sure you become a member so that you support the team on the production. And catch you around.
Well, that saying that goes like politics is addictive is proven right in the case of Dora Siliya. Because if you remember, from the time that the PF lost the elections in 2021, she's been off the grid. She came out of the Patriotic Front Central Committee. She wasn't attending the meetings, and she simply said our relationship with the Patriotic Front ended at the time of the loss of that particular election. And since then, she's just been underground, not saying anything. But she came to the fore in recent past when it was clear that Petauke was going to have by-elections. There were rumors to say the UPND wanted to field her. She put up a statement to say she had no intentions of contesting the Petauke Central seat. She was done with that chapter. She had served the constituency in the best of her capacity and didn't see the need for her to still contest. And she decided to stay off the grid, but obviously, as you expect, politics, the UPND was able to get her to endorse their candidate, Petauke. And then since then, it seems like she's back into active politics because now she's been issuing statements, and these are the ones that have been trending recently. So just after the UPND lost the Petauke Central seat, she put up this statement to say it's over for Edgar Chagwa, Lungu, Dora. So that's a statement coming from former information minister. So former information minister Dora Siliya says no one can change her personal opinion if according to her viewpoint, she feels that it's over for President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. So that was an exchange she was having. Siliya was over the weekend involved in a heated WhatsApp exchange with long-term PF member Charity Banda, who lambasted her for supporting United Party for National Development in the just ended Petauke Central parliamentary by-elections, which they lost to Tonse Alliance, and over what Banda felt as a betrayal against Lungu, who welcomed Siliya into the Patriotic Front and appointed several ministerial positions in his government. Daily Liberation has obtained some of the heated messages and voice notes involving Siliya and Banda, celebrating the Tonse Alliance victory in Petauke Central over the ruling United Party for National Development. Banda said that the people of that day had shown the country that God was for all by delivering opposition victory during a very trying time. Banda urged the UPND to open their eyes, saying former area member of parliament, Emmanuel J. Banda, whom she said was harassed, had shown them the power of the power that belongs to the people, and credit to the liberation. So Siliya and that particular individual are having an exchange on WhatsApp pretty much, and it seems like the Daily Liberation had access to those particular conversations, and that's where that statement came from, where she said it's over for Edgar Chagwa Lungu. They even use that as a headline for their thing, for their newspaper. But in other news, Bowman Lusambo, as you may be aware, has been in jail pretty much, I think, throughout December, if not November, late November, until now. So he's got two convictions, at least those that I'm aware of. One for the Luansha violence that had taken place in those by-elections with the NDC, the time that it was led by Chimbakambwili. And then there's another one for property believed to be proceeds of crime in Lusaka Magistrate. So in one of those cases, he's been appealing for bail. And that's a statement that he had put up as the year just began. Our chains will be broken before we are broken. Happy 2025. So he says he's got the fighting spirit is still in him. It will take a while before he's broken. Those chains that he alleges will be broken before that. And then Ndola High Court grants Bowman half freedom. This was reported by the UPND. So they say half freedom as it grants him bail pending appeal against his 2-year imprisonment for unlawful wounding. He remains in prison on other charges. So it's, the case that he's been given bail on is the one that happened in Luansha. But he still remains incarcerated because he's got 2 convictions, as you may be aware, one in Lusaka and one in Luansha, or in as much as it's serving both of them in Lusaka. But those are the 2 convictions. So the one in Luansha is the one that he has been granted bail for, while he still remains trying to fight the other one. And then in a turn of event, this is what had happened at court. So this was reported by the Zambia Daily Mail. In a dramatic turn of events, George, former Lusaka province minister, Bowman Lusambo, fired lawyers from representing him in court today. This is in a case where Lusambo is charged with possession of property suspected to be proceeds of crime. When he appeared before Lusaka Chief Resident Magistrate Davis Chibuli, his defense lawyer, Charles Changano, told the court that he was unable to represent Mr. Lusambo because he was unwell. Mr. Changano, who applied for adjournment, said that he had an ear infection and needed to see a doctor. That was his lawyer. The lawyer also told the court that he had not done his pre-trial with Mr. Lusambo, who was currently serving serving a 4-year jail term. So that's a 4-year jail term is the one for Lusaka. The 2-year jail term is the one for the Luansha case. But the court refused to adjourn the case, soon after which Lusambo announced that he would need to represent himself. I am firing the lawyer. I wish to address the court in person. Mr. Lusambo, clad in a suit and a red tie, said, with what we have heard, can we leave them? He says. Mr. Changano asked the magistrate court, who responded yes. So Lusambo fired his lawyer, and then he said he was going to represent himself. He is at liberty to re-engage us, Mr. Changano said before he collected his files and left with another lawyer. So it was dramatic. But you can't blame Bowman Lusambo in this case. If you've got serious cases that you're fighting, and he's obviously trying to get out of prison or out of that situation, and then your lawyer comes to court and gives an excuse to say he hasn't prepared and he's got an ear infection and he did not do a pre-trial, honestly, I wouldn't blame Lusambo in this case, because he's the one who's experiencing that, and then the incompetence of that lawyer in that sense. I mean, anybody would do that. So he fired that particular. I think he should just use the one that he used in Luansha, because what I understand is that he's using 2 different sets of lawyers. The one that he used in Luansha, in that case, and the ones that he's using in Lusaka. So if the ones that are in Luansha are the ones that delivered the bail grant that he's been applying for all this while, then they're the best ones to represent him, because the lawyer coming to court to say, no, I've got an infection. And then the judge said, no, you have to proceed. And Lusambo opted to represent himself. So I can't blame him for that, honestly. The lawyer was incompetent in that case. Kalemba, a Patriotic Front Sanzara Member of Parliament, Elias Daka, says he did not commit any offense against the party by supporting the ruling United Party for National Development candidate Lungu in the Thursday Petauke parliamentary by-elections, because he didn't adopt any candidates. So he says the Patriotic Front did not have any candidates, only the Tose Alliance. So he did not commit any offense, because there's been that case where they're trying to pretty much expel those PFMPs that supported the UPND in those elections. So there's back and forth between Mao Sampa's led PF, Edgar Lungu's led PF, and then the other PF, the Belgian. PFM MPs stand ground on UPND support, so that's pretty much the same headline. This was reported in a Daily Mail, so they're standing ground. But let's see how that plays out. Bino Mpundu says he's going to present it in Parliament to say they had breached the constitution of the Patriotic Front for them to go and endorse another candidate, when it was clear that the Tonse Alliance had endorsed a candidate that won actually. Let's wait and see how that goes. Give us cash, not inputs. Hungry farmers choose money over inputs. Official. That's in the mass newspaper. Number ones of 4 more by-elections. So it seems like Lusambo is the one who's likely to expel those MPs that supported the UPND in that case, which is the same decision the Edgar Lungu-led PF is also endorsing. Let's see how that plays out. And drunk, let's put our money to our mouth, says Education PS. So there's been a news extract where the PS from Education was having an interview over the weekend, and it's alleged to say he was drunk. But anyway, the information was right, but he looked to be not in the right state anyway in that particular video. So that's what the people are having a conversation over in that newspaper. And that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.